Hello guys, welcome back to episode 8. Last time we finished with a massive pipeline job, and now we are going to be delivering some acid. So basically the job that I finished the last episode with is going to be continued. Alright, so I took a break obviously. And I lost some Titanfall 2 gameplay. In case anybody cared to find out what I was doing during the break. Alright, now, I did get fined because I was on the wrong side. And apparently somehow I have 12% damage to the truck itself, and it looks like 3% cargo. Can't remember how that happened, but it happened. Alright. We are 320 miles away from our destination, and it looks like it might start raining. I'm not entirely sure, but it definitely does look like it's going to be raining. So unless I am greatly mistaken, I do believe that up to this point we've always had rain in our videos. And I'm hoping that that does not end with episode 8. Well, I don't particularly like the rain. I think it's kind of annoying. It is kind of a tradition now to have it rain at least once. And with tradition, you don't want to break it, you know, because it is a tradition. But if this episode goes without rain, then we'll just have to start anew. And that in itself is kind of cool as well. I mean, if you gotta start new, you know, it's always interesting to start a new chain. You know, when I was playing baseball, when I was doing the baseball games on the channel, I once had a 31 game hitting streak, where one of my guys would have hit at least once in at least 30 games. You know, and it was kind of scary because it's like every time you went up to the plate and you didn't have a hit, it was like, oh my god, dude, oh my god, like it could end now. Like this is the last chance. If I don't get it now, you know, it's going to be game 1 again, and you know, but once it broke, once I actually lost my continuous chain of hits, it was, you know, I felt more relief than I thought I would, because it was like, it was the stress, you know, it wasn't, I didn't go up to bat just trying to hit. I went up to bat to try to keep the streak, you know, so I had that extra thing in my mind. You know, so I'd swing faster than I should have, and I miss. So sometimes it is better that you lose the streak. Sometimes it is better that you start a new chain, you know, and let the old chain sit on your balcony, or on your shelf, or whatever it is that you want to imagine the metaphor for. Okay, we are now up to speed. There is absolutely no way I'm going to get to 60, and so I'll settle for 50. We are now 285 miles away from our destination, and we'll see if this is a two-parter. Because I thought this one, the last episode, I thought this was going to be a two-parter as well. but it became just a 1.5 jobble because I got bored and I wanted to do something else. Though that should be uploaded by now, so if you want to watch that, by all means, it should be up by the time that this is finished, if it isn't already up now. You might need to start turning on the lights, but it's still pretty lit out, so I don't think we need to turn on the lights just yet. But I definitely do see the cars having the lights on. But as I said, it's lit up enough that I don't think I'll get fined by not having my lights on. So, I'm going to tell you guys a story about a field trip I was on. I went to D.C. When I was in high school. I think it was my first year in high school. And it was the greatest experience. It took us about 3 hours. Between 2.5 to 3 hours to get there. And, so as you would expect, it was basically, you got to school, and after homeroom, you got on the bus to go to the Capitol, and it was about 2.5 to 3 hour drive. And the cool thing was that the bus actually, it was one of those buses that it was equipped with like a DVD movie screen thing. So we watched, of all the movies that they could have picked, we got Ice Age. One of those Ice Age movies with the woolly mammoth and the sloth thing and the baby. So I think it was like the first Ice Age movie, and so we watched that, and when that movie was done, we were entering the Capitol. We were just on the outskirts of the Capitol. So I looked over and I saw the White House. I mean, it was in the distance. It was at least probably about a mile and a half away. But I looked out the window and I saw the White House. So I can say I've seen the White House. I've actually, with my own eyes, seen the White House. Which is pretty cool. Then, of course, once we got into the city, we went to museums, and, you know, I mean, it was a very interesting day. We went to Smithsonian, I think, museum, you know, and learned about airplanes and evolution and the Holocaust. And I can't really remember much else about that field trip. Another field trip I went on, one of our teachers, one of the teachers, not one of my teachers, but one of the teachers that was, I guess, supervising and making sure that everyone was safe and not getting lost. She puked. One of the teachers puked. She stopped the bus. She went out of the bus and she puked. I have never in my life seen anything like that before. It was a first. And I think on that same field trip, there was a kid. We went and we stopped at a McDonald's because the driver, of all things, the driver, while he was taking us to this field trip area, he stopped for a cheeseburger. And one of the kids got off the bus and started trouble. So we sat there in this McDonald's parking lot for 15 fucking minutes while the police talked to the child, and then eventually they arrested him. Because apparently he went into the McDonald's and apparently when one of the walkers was distracted, he stole some money. And in the process of retracting his hand, the person that was supposed to man the register found him with the money in hand. So, yeah. So 15 minutes of just sitting there, twiddling our thumbs, and the kid gets arrested, and it was and everyone was having a fucking conversation about that for the rest of the damn trip to the destination. Was talking about this child getting arrested. But, you know, I don't know why he stole the money, but he stole the money. And he got caught. I don't know what happened to him. That was the last time I saw him, so who knows? He probably, they probably moved, or he got kicked out of the school. I don't know what happened. But after that, I never saw the boy. Ever again. At least I don't think I did. That's kind of cool. A train overhead. Okay, so we are now 187 miles away. I don't know how long those stories lasted, but it definitely kept me entertained. Let's see, is there another story I could tell about my, like, school field trips? Okay, I have one. What the fuck just happened? Okay, whatever. That fucking scared me, man. Fucking thing just scared me. I was about to go into a story, and the next thing I know, I'm getting fined for something. Holy shit. Ooh. When that thing stopped, it spooked me. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. So here's another story for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy the story. I'm not entirely sure if I've said this, but I'll say this just in case. When I was in middle school, we went to a farm, and what they did at this farm was they would allow you to kind of get into this, like, I don't know what you'd call it, a wagon, I guess, and they would pull it with a tractor, you know. I don't know what it was. I guess they would use it to move hay and whatever. But, you know, you sat in this little trailer-looking thing, and it was equipped with seat belts. Obviously, there wasn't enough for everybody, but there were seat belts, you know, on this thing. I guess for the safety. And it was autumn, so obviously you had a jacket. And this was the last time I actually had a relationship. Now keep in mind that my relationships don't really last. I think the longest relationship I was in lasted about 2 weeks. And I think the only reason it lasted that long was because most of the school period, we didn't actually see each other. So there really wasn't enough time to actually get into arguments. But she was there. She was on this field trip. She sat next to me, and we held hands. I took off my jacket and I laid it over our hands. That way, through the entire wide of this tractor pulling thing, we could hold hands, and no one noticed. And by the time that our teacher basically told us to break it up, the wide was basically stopped. So we basically sat on this thing for 10 minutes holding hands, and you couldn't hold hands. I don't know why they were so anal about it, but you couldn't show any signs of affection. Thus, the jacket on the hands. Of course, the teacher asked why I was doing that, and I said, I'm hot. This is kind of stuffy and getting hot. I'm going to take it off and I'm going to set it on our hands. Again, I made up an excuse for why I did that. My hands are cold, and I want to warm them up. Of course, that's not the actual reason, but that's the reason I gave. The teacher bought it. Then we get off the ride, and there was a barn, and inside the barn are a bunch of boards. I go in there, and I get chased by 15 to 18 boards. And I don't care if I look like the most pathetic motherfucker. There was no way in hell that I'm gonna get pecked by a bunch of fucking boards. Okay? I'm just not. So I ran the hell out of that one like a bat out of hell. And I didn't look back. And to tell you the truth, I don't care. I was fearing for my safety. And that's a true story. I got chased by 15 goddamn boards. And I don't want anyone to be making fun of me, because you fucking get chased by 15 boards. Yeah, you're gonna win. Okay? Another story I could probably tell you. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story of how I met my stepdad. Now, my mother married this guy when I was a young boy. I was probably about 10. Around 8 or 9 was when we met him. And what our mom did was, when we met him, he wasn't in the car, okay? And so we got in the car and we went to this, I guess, carnival thing. I don't know what it was. We went to this carnival thing that was going on, and he happened to be there. Now, by this time, they'd been dating, but we didn't know that they were dating. And we had no idea that she was dating anyone. So it was obviously a surprise to find that this guy is waiting for a mother at this place. And that's how we met David. He was just standing there, in the parking lot of this carnival. And I think everyone can agree that it was 100% justified to be a little intimidated by the guy. You know, we didn't even know her mom was dating anybody, and this guy is kind of creepy looking, and I'm like 9 years old. You know, I have no idea who he is, and so, I mean, understandable, I was a bit intimidated. And, the guy was funny, you know, at first. I'm not gonna lie, the guy was funny. But keep in mind, I was 9, so you can pretty much make anything funny. I think the main problem with David was that he kept telling the same jokes. He wouldn't change up anything. He would tell the exact same joke the exact same way. And the same jokes he told me when I was 9 was the same jokes he told me when I was 24. Nothing had changed. So obviously it's like you laugh, but it's kind of a forced laugh. You know, you're laughing because he expects you to. And you kind of feel guilty if you didn't at least act like it was funny. But it wasn't, obviously. I mean, there's so many times you can hear the exact same joke, the exact same way, and it'd be funny. I'll tell you, he's told me this one particular joke probably like 50 goddamn times, and it got less and less funny each time. And yet, he never fucking stops telling the damn joke. But I don't want to talk about any negatives, so we're going to drop that particular subject. Needless to say, I don't particularly like him. I have my reasons for not really liking him, but needless to say, I don't really like him. That probably felt a little weird. Going about 50 miles an hour over that. Yeah, what the hell's slowing you down? Ah, looks like he was being held up by the bus. Come on, pick up that speed. "77 miles away. We should be done pretty soon." Here's another school story, and it's relatively fast, so it won't take long. It was during very early on. I wasn't even in middle school. This was like pre-middle school. Okay, so you know we still had recess and whatnot, and I was on the swings, as I often did in those days. The swings were basically where I went. When recess happened, I would just jump on a swing and I would just swing. I would do nothing else. I would spend 15 to 20 minutes, or however long my recess period was, and I would swing. That's all I did. I didn't do any of the monkey balls. I just got on a swing and I swung. And if the swings were occupied, I'd do something else. But that was primarily what I'd do. I would be on the swings. And on this particular day, I think it was a little girl, she was swinging sideways. She was swinging her leg sideways. And the bell rang, and as you would imagine, the person got off. But because she was swinging sideways, the swing was kind of swinging sideways, right? And she jumped off so abruptly that it basically forced the swing into my swing path, into my trajectory. And the swing, the swing hit my leg and destabilized me, loosened my grip on the chains of the swing, and I fell backwards. Now, the problem was that I was at the apex of my swing. So I was like 15 feet off the ground, and now I'm face first, facing the ground. And it was the most, it was, to put this into words, it was the most terrifying experience of my life up to that point. You're like 10, 15 feet off the ground. You're facing the ground. You see the ground coming at you, and I swear to you, it felt like everything was in slow motion. You know, it felt like it took forever for me to hit the ground. And so my face kind of hit the dart, and my legs, my knees, and the side of my leg, they hit the asphalt. Okay, so as you would imagine, I didn't particularly like the idea of getting up, and I swear to you, I had the biggest headache for the rest of the day. And for 15 minutes after that happened, I was dizzy, and my legs felt like jelly, and I had a headache, and I wasn't particularly happy, like at all. I was just not having a good day after that, because the kids would be making all this noise, and it was just, it basically made me have a migraine for the rest of the damn day. Every couple minutes, it seemed like someone raised the decibels to a point where my headache would just flare up. And I don't know how I did it. I honestly don't know. But I somehow survived the rest of the day without yelling at anybody to shut the fuck up. But I so desperately wanted to yell at anybody, you know, for making that noise. But if there was one thing that taught me was control. If there was one good thing that came out of that, it was that I learned control. Because I had to. I would probably have gotten attention if I didn't. But I can tell you, it was a trying day. It really was. It was the most trying day of my life. Because I so desperately wanted to yell at people to shut up. Just to lower the decibels a bit, you know, because my headache. And one of my teachers, I swear, took pleasure in punishing me. I don't know what it was, but this guy, he would get the most creepy ass smile on his face when he would punish me. He would get like this most sickening, perverted grin on his face. And I wish I was old enough so I could just clock him, but yeah, he would have easily manhandled me at that age. But like, if you saw this guy, you'd punch him in his face. Without hesitation, you'd punch this guy in the face. He was a queeple. He was a fucking creep of a creep. He was the creepiest queeple in Creep Valley. That's what he was. If there was an award for being creepy, he would win. He would hands down win the prize for being the creepiest teacher. And he would only do it to me. He wouldn't get that like smile on his face when he punished anyone else. But if he punished me, it was like he had like a mini orgasm or something. Like he would get this like happy smile on his face. His eyes would light up, his face, you know, he would have that smile, and it creeped me out. It fucking creeped me out. I swear to you, I think one time he looked at my ass. I'm not joking. As punishment, he took two pieces of, I think, duct tape, or electric tape or whatever, and he made an X on the wall. Yeah, I know. Try to slow down. And he made an X on the wall. And it was right next to his desk. And so, if he really wanted to, he could just turn his head ever so slightly, and he could look at you. And I swear to God, I felt like he was looking at me. Ah, dang it. I never looked back to confirm my suspicion, but it definitely felt like he was creeping on me. So needless to say, I was happy to get out of his class. I think that is an understatement of the century, is being happy that I got out of his class. Oh good, I can skip the whole thing. Alright. Alright. So where are we? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over here. We're going to catch some Z's. We're going to sleep into the sun's dust wise. And then we're going to take a job. Alright. $37,936. Okay, I'm just gonna drive right into that building there if I wasn't careful. Okay. So let's check the map here to see what we might have. Well guys, episode 8, and we have almost 1/3 of the map discovered. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to sell plan, and we will pick up our job there. Because I don't think we've been to yeah, you know what? That one was kind of stupid. So I'm going to load that again. Because I mean that was kind of something I could have avoided if I just, but it came out of nowhere. And I mean it is 1%, but yeah. I mean, things that are like major, like 17%, I'll probably not worry about. But for things like that really are kind of annoying, I'm going to just do that. I'm not going to make it a habit, don't worry, but definitely I'm going to back it up a little bit. Now, I kind of wish that it wasn't so far back. Oh, this is different. Oh, that guy wasn't there before. I'm gonna just try to remember where I was. Oh, you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna lie about it. Damage me? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, so let's go in here. Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't think we've been to any of these places. To at least this particular thing, so I'm going to enjoy seeing what they have to offer. It's probably like a grocery store kind of thing, but we'll find out. Plus it'll also make us go around these other areas. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We discovered a new area. A new thing. A new equipment thing. Which means that we're gonna get even more people. Which is good. Considering we need a woman. Ah! There it is. Clear on this side. Are you serious? Wow, okay. So, in the process of backing up so that I could get in there, it got me into a position where I couldn't move. Well, that's a first. don't think that has ever happened before. Okay. So let's try that again. Good news is that now I know where I'm supposed to be going. And I can just see the red light. Okay, it's about to change, and here we go. See, that is what I call respect right there. He understood that I should be going and not him. And he stopped and let me pass. That right there was respect. I don't really like these things, because I always feel like I'm gonna whack in them. Oh shit. I'm supposed to go this way. Thank you. I realized my mistake. I fixed it. What's the damage? No damage. Good. Alright. I tried to slow down. I really did. Okay, let's see here. Oh man. 18,000. Well, I've gone through all the trouble, so I might as well. Turn around. Oh, easy now. Now, the good thing about this is, wrong way, wrong way. There we go. There's no way I could have seen that. Absolutely no way. So I'm not gonna even... No, I'm not even gonna complain about that. There was no way I could have seen that. It's just an unfortunate happening. There we go. An unfortunate happening. Okay, so what are we delivering? Used packaging. Okay. Can't say that this is the most exciting job I've ever undertaking, but it is a job nonetheless. I hit something. I probably did. I don't know. Well, whatever. So, we are now 465 miles out. So, what can I do for that time? Okay, it's probably going to be something that most people won't like, but I'm going to say that I'm very, no, I'm not going to say excited, but I am patiently waiting for the new Call of Duty to come out. I'm going to say that, I think the only real thing I have a problem with, it isn't the space thing, because it's like, that couldn't have been changed even if we wanted it to be changed. And I think the main problem that a lot of people have isn't that it is set in space. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem that people have is that it came after so many other futuristic games of the series. I think that was the problem. People who are comparing this to Halo, I think the only reason they're comparing it to Halo is that it is set in space. If it was set on the planet Earth, they wouldn't be making that comparison. I mean, even with the space thing, I don't even know why they're even comparing it to that game anyway. In Halo you're fighting aliens. In this you're fighting humans. It's completely different. Plus in this one you have robots. Last time I checked, Halo doesn't have robots. It has hologram women, but that's about it. Now I've also seen a lot of people, oh, that's an airplane! Holy shit, that is cool! Oh my god, that is definitely cool. But I've also seen people who are comparing, Battlefield to Call of Duty. And I think the main problem with people who compare Battlefield to Call of Duty is Battlefield has always been known for its multiplayer. That's what it excels at. That's what it does best. And Call of Duty is the franchise that you go to, of those two, that you go to have a good story experience. Also, Call of Duty is more well-rounded. It doesn't put everything on one thing, it spreads it out. And so, let's say the story is not particularly strong. You have the multiplayer, you have the zombie mode, and you have the wave-based mode that the Call of Duties have. Now, I would like that each different company's Call of Duty had something else other than zombies, because that kind of seems like what they're doing. When they're just kind of making different versions of zombie mode, and I don't like that. I like the survivor mode, in Modern Warfare 3, where you faced other soldiers, where it wasn't zombies, it was human beings, it was dogs, it was, shovels, You know, it was Harriers. It was something other than zombies. You know, Treyarch zombies. You know, Sledgehammer Games could have had survival mode. Or, you know, that alien thing that they had. What was it, Ghost? I think. What was the game that they had the aliens? You know, it had those, like, fucking alien things. I think it was Ghost. But I can't remember. Yeah, anyway. I didn't particularly like that game mode. I think that game mode kind of sucked. So I didn't feel any real sympathy for it when it was kind of scrapped. But survival mode in Modern Warfare 3, that was, in my opinion, the superior of the two. You know, it was a different version of zombies. But, you know, in my mind it was the superior version of zombies. You know, the humans, dogs, and choppers, and maybe even Harriers, and of course the Juggernauts. You know, zombie mode had things that were similar, you know, where you'd have certain wave of dogs, you know, and whatever, but the main problem with zombies was that it was basically just a conga line. You run around the map, you collect all the zombies, you bring them up to a big open space, and then you basically just, you rinse and you repeat. You know, there really wasn't any real strategy involved. You know, collect the zombies, open area, and then just cut them down. Oh, god damn it. I didn't see the speed change. Jeez. What? I think that was what it was the speed. Oh, they are animated. Oh, you know, I didn't think they was, but yeah, I just saw it. That crane was moving the logs. Oh my god, that is cool. I didn't realize that. These like side things on the road, they're animated. Well, not animated though, automated. Is it? I probably had it right before the time. I don't know. But if I don't slow down, I'm gonna fucking get a speeding ticket. Because I know I need to slow down anyway. Ah, fudge. I thought I was on the correct side, but it wasn't. Excellent. Yeah, it was the, what was it? Oh no, I think it was the loan payment. I think. I don't think it was a speeding ticket. I think it was just the loan being taken. Well, we went from like what, 37,000 to less than 15,000. How my money is just dying on me. I cannot wait until I can just buy whatever I want and do whatever I want and not have to worry. But we are a long way from that. Let me tell you that right now. There's no developments in the business. You You know, I mean, we're getting new contracts. That's about it. Yeah. But other than that, there was no real development. The opposition hasn't done anything that causes us problems. You know, I mean, the European customer base knows we exist. You know, most of the places that have job contracts, they know of us. We're on their radar. It's just a matter of, are they sending us their contracts? And most of them are. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. The only ones that aren't like sending their contracts to us are like the premium, cream of the crop, but and basically the low to mid-tier jobs are sent our way. Which is pretty cool. We do have to get a woman on the job. Because as I said, I think in the last episode, there is a new condition. There's a certain ratio you have to have. We have how many men? Let's see. Let's check on men. We got myself, obviously I'm a guy, and a guy. So we have 4 guys. And so the ratio, of course, is 1 woman to every 4 guys. So I have to hire a woman as my next rival. It doesn't matter how awful she is, I have to hire a woman. Because if I don't, then I am not in regulation. And obviously, I don't want to not be in regulation. So, I have to hire a woman as my next hire. But, while I'm here, let's see here. Let's focus him on long distance. Because I mean, he's maxed out and everything like that. So we need to start getting him to go farther. Because I think the more distance you go, the more money those jobs are. With you, let's do high value cargo. Because that's something we need. You're kind of okay with what you have. Yeah, so let's have him do the ADR training. And of course, I am probably the most developed of them. Let's just check our recruitment agency. Let's see. Okay, wow. Okay, let's see what we got here. She's kind of okay. Yeah. It's not really anything. So she's the only driver right now that we have as a woman. And she's kind of sucky. She's the only woman that we can hire right now. And she's sucky. Okay. I don't even know how you pronounce these names. I think that's Alexander. I don't know. Oh man, I would want to. He has that face, like when you go to the office and you see him, you know that you're gonna have a good day because he's gonna work hard. He has that face. But so does this guy. But God, with that regulation, I need to have a woman. So hopefully the next time we hire after the woman, these guys are still around. But, oh man. It sucks. this new regulation of one woman to every 4 guys was passed last year during the last union meeting of that year, and a lot of feminists protested the fact that a lot of these truck companies they only hired women as kind of what amounted to as eye candy. I mean, that's not what you should. It's not fair to the women, because the women were only hired, and they just basically just sat around the office. They didn't do anything. Basically, all they did, aside from sitting around the office, was clean up, and make sure that everyone's desk wasn't too cluttered. So as you'd expect, a lot of feminists had a lot of problems with that. They basically said, well, if you're going to hire women, they need to actually be doing something other than what amounts to as maid work. Because if they wanted to be a maid, then be a maid. They're not maids, they're truckers. And so they should be treated as such. And so one of those regulations was you have to have a certain amount of women to men. But as a subsection of that regulation, they also have to actually be truckers. They actually have to have a truck, and they actually have to be delivering things. As a requirement. You have to have one woman for every 4 guys, which we have 4 guys, so we need a woman. But she also needs a truck, and she needs to deliver cargo, which obviously we're going to do. Now, another regulation, the second subsection, subsection B, is there is a amount of days that you can have the woman on your payroll and not have a truck. That section, that subsection B, regulation 117, is 4 days. You have 4 days. And if she doesn't have a truck by then, well, obviously you get fined a lot of money. And I don't want to get fined that kind of money. I need my money. I like to have my money. And so we're going to basically ensure that we're going to hire her and get her truck that same day, so that we don't have to worry about it. And by the time we have to hire a second woman, financially we should be secure enough that it won't be a problem. Of course, by then we'll have, 9 people? Myself. Okay, hold on. Me, the 3 people we already have, plus a woman, plus another 3 men, plus a woman. 11 people? My math probably is off, but I'm going to say it's between 9 and 11 people. But yeah, I mean, other than that, we're pretty good. We're pretty secure. We're paying off our debts. And bank has lightened up. We've had a lot of conversations on the phone, and the bank has kind of backed off. We've done enough jobs, and we pay off the oversight pretty fast. So while they do caution us that we should be a little bit more careful with our money. We are always going to be able to get those loans if that's what we need. Right now, we're doing okay. We got about $15,000 right now, and this job will pay us about $18,000. So we're probably looking at around $50,000 when we're all said and done, assuming that I don't lose a lot of money due to fines. But if my math is correct, we're going to be looking at close to $50,000. If I'm not mistaken, it hasn't rained yet, has it? So, we're only about 250 miles. So, we are running out of time for it to be raining. And I don't want to start a whole new chain of rain videos. Might happen. I don't know. I thought it was going to rain a while ago, but it didn't. So I'm kind of worried. Oh look! A hot air balloon. Get up to speed here. We are running somewhat low on gas. I don't know if you guys can see that. But we are, I'm gonna say we probably have, I don't know, maybe like 400 miles, maybe, I don't know. Now, I'm probably gonna say about 215 miles. I probably am dead wrong. Let's see. Does that say? No, it doesn't. It tells me about my vehicle, but my vehicle. So 100 179. And we have more than 200, so yeah, we're gonna have to. We should have stopped at that gas station. God dang it. I forgot that I picked this up with my truck. So, yeah. I mean, I wasn't that far off. I said, what, 215? So, I mean, it was like, what, less than 50 miles an hour off the mark. What is that? That was a weird trailer he was hauling. That green abomination. Hopefully one day I'll find out what might have been inside that. We're approaching the 200 mark. I'm surprised I made that time. I was kind of hoping that this job would pay more, but it didn't. It paid less than $20,000. But a job's a job. What is it that we're delivering again? Used packaging. Who the hell would want used packaging? I'd rather have new packaging than used. That's just me. Yeah, this might be the episode in which we don't have Wayne. It hasn't waned yet. At least I don't think it did. We have less than 200 miles left to go. So while it might wane, it has to happen pretty soon. Otherwise, I mean, 7 in a row, that ain't bad. You know, I mean, it's not a long streak, but, you know, it's still a pretty decent amount of rain, you know, in every video to have. And again, while I don't particularly like the rain, it is somewhat like a tradition right now, and I don't want to break it. And I could just spike the thing up and almost guarantee that it'll wane, but that just wouldn't be in the spirit of, you know, of realism. You know, it wanes, but it doesn't wane all the time. So So, you know, there's bound to be at least one or two episodes, you know, where it doesn't wane at all. You know, in that sense, it'll probably add a little bit more realism. Because, I mean, you can't have it wane in every video. That just wouldn't be realistic. But, again, it has in all the other ones, so you kind of want it to in this one. And 71 miles from the destination. Have some gray clouds. It could just be the setting sun, or it could be rain clouds. I don't know. Approaching 150 miles. Still no rain. It's beginning to look like it might not rain at all. I also don't think I've come across a gas station. How much gas do I have? 97 miles. Yeah. Definitely gotta be on the lookout for a gas station. Yep, I know. I know. I don't need you to be telling me that. Trust me, I know. I probably passed like 2 gas stations by now. But, I either didn't notice them or I didn't bother. Oh, we got a sign over here. What's the sign? Looks like gas. 200 meters. Okay, that's exactly what I want. Yes! A gas station just in the nick of time. Thank you. Fill me up, baby! $427. Alright, that will put us at 629 miles. Not bad. What is that eco-friendly thing you do? Up to 20% of fuel saved when driving with trailer. Not bad. Alright, so we are now safely going to be able to do this job. I was kind of worried. I think that's 2 times in a row that I've had to find a gas station liquidly quick. Otherwise I'd be in up to my knees in problems. Lickily quick? Lickily, I don't even know why I said that. Quick. Lickily. Oh fuck! Oh! Oh! Holy cannoli! Oh god! How did I not hit that? Okay. Fucking thing came at me like nobody's business. Approaching 110 miles and still no rain. We still have time, but it needs to happen soon. When it hits 1900, I'm going to turn on the lights. Definitely looks like the clouds all kind of getting to that rain looking stage. I don't know about you. But those clouds look awfully gray. Looks like that I don't know if you saw that, but that hot air balloon just popped into existence. It didn't gradually, it just popped in. We're now under 90 miles. Yep, I'm accepting it. It's not gonna rain today. This episode is going to break tradition. I've accepted it. Alright. No rain today, unfortunately. It has to end sometime, and I guess this is the day it ends. We're not less than 80 miles. So if it doesn't rain probably the next 5 minutes, it's probably not going to. approaching the 60-mile mark. Still knowing. I do have it where it does rain, don't I? Yeah. It does rain. It's got like a 20 to 25% chance. Okay, that was a bit short. Alright. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce what I just saw on that sign. Oh wow, that is beautiful. That is a beautiful scene to see with one of those. The sky is like pink and violet. Good view. We are now approaching the 50-mile mark, and we have yet to have rain. So it's becoming more and more likely that we're not going to have rain. And this is the last job in this video, so I've already finished one job and I'm about to finish another. And it still hasn't rained. So it looks like episode 8 is going to be the first time that it doesn't rain at all. Sucks. But, I mean, we have to realize that it's not going to rain every time, but after 7 continuous videos, you know, you'd expect it, right? To rain. And, you know, you're somewhat disappointed when it doesn't. You're now approaching 30 miles. Oh. You know, I know I said that I accepted it, but it's like, I'm kind of hoping that it will rain. Just, you know, a drizzle will do, I don't care, I'll just have moisture on my windshield. We're now in the 20s. Alright, yep. Hasn't rained yet. I'm calling it. Right now. At 21:01, I'm calling it. No wing. So if it wins from anything past 21:01, it's a complete surprise to me. We have 20 miles left to go, so that's not much time. You know, I'm not going to deny I'm somewhat disappointed. Not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping that it would win, continue the 7 video streak, but it doesn't look like it will. And can't help but be a bit disappointed by that. Less than 10 miles. Still no win. That sucks. Yeah. You get used to one thing and it doesn't happen. Get somewhat disappointed. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Got 4 miles left to go. Still no win. Well, there you have it, guys. Episode 8. The first video in the playlist that doesn't have Wayne. The only thing I'm going to do after this is save. Oh, wow. It's trying to slow me down enough and give the game enough time to start winning. Professional. Alright, there we go.